Hello. Today, my husband Rob Herbst, and I, Karen Herbst, will be doing a critical response project, listening to 2 clips provided by my instructor for our creative expressions class. So we're going to get to it. What I'm going to plan on doing here is I'm going to play the songs quietly, and then my husband and I, we're going to talk over the songs as they're playing so that we can know exactly what spots we're talking about as we're going through the songs. So let's get started. I'm going to switch over here and pull up my clips. And I'm going to play clip 1. Turn down the song a little bit so you can hear what we're saying. Okay, Rob, first of all, what do you notice about this piece so far? Or what does it remind you of?
It has a good beat.
Okay. I notice it sounds sort of Middle Eastern. Kind of like, it reminds me of belly dancing. How does it make me feel? It makes me feel like I want to get up and dance a little bit. How does it make you feel, Rob?
Uncertain right now.
Uncertain?
Well,
why do you think
I'm
that?
still evaluating it.
Okay. What does it remind you of?
Kind of gypsy sounding, actually.
A gypsy?
Yeah.
I noticed there's drums playing. I noticed that there's sounds sort of like violins playing.
It sounds like the strings have one note. If you listen to the strings.
Yeah, when they get to their sections, it's sort of playing over and over.
Well, it's one note. It's one string. So
Yeah.
one string or maybe 2.
What questions do you have about this piece, do you think?
What are they trying to say with this piece? That's my question.
Yeah.
What's the meaning of it?
Is it meant to be for a dance, maybe? Let's look at the musical elements of this song. What would you say the timbre is? The sound quality? Is it light and airy?
It is light and airy.
Some parts are. It's also pounding, I think, with the drum.
Well, a little bit, but not as much as the other one.
Okay. How about the pitch? The high or low sounds?
I notice more high sounds than low sounds.
Okay. What about the texture? Are there more than one sound?
Yes. Yes, there are.
Yeah, I notice many different sounds going on.
It's fairly fast for tempo.
Yep. Duration, long or short, I don't know. It seems to be kind of in the middle for duration, if they're talking about time.
Well,
or beat. Beat is fast. The structure, what's the musical plan? I think it was kind of meant to be all together. The instruments are kind of playing off of each other.
Well, it started off slow, and then it got faster and faster also, didn't it?
Yeah.
Intentionally?
It was like it was building up for something.
It was a build-up.
I also noticed that there were people clapping at the end of the song, so maybe it was like a performance.
Mm-hmm. It was well organized.
Yeah. So what do you think the artist's intent or intended understanding of this piece of music was?
That was my question. I'm not quite sure. It probably was a dance. intended for a dance. Understanding, I don't know. What do you understand about it from listening from it?
I don't know. I just keep thinking belly dancing when I hear this song. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's like meant to, you know, keep an audience's attention and just kind of like hype them up for something or what. But yeah, I just think belly dancing.
Does it have more meaning than just belly dancing though, or is it?
I don't know. What is a belly dance supposed to mean anyway?
I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
Is it like a sexual thing? I don't know. It also kind of reminds me of the elements of it. It sort of reminds me of Fiddler on the Roof, the violin, when I hear that playing.
So the Gypsies?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So, yeah, that's the first one. Now let's take a look at the second clip. Is there anything more you wanted to add, Rob?
No, that's good.
Okay. So let's go back to the second clip now. We'll get that one running and we'll talk about that. And then we'll compare them. Okay, we're going to pull up the second song and listen to that one and then compare and contrast them. Here we go.
Sounds like a chant.
Definitely sounds Native American to me.
Yes, it does. Where's this supposed to be? India? You said?
No.
Is it Native American?
It didn't say anything about where it was. You just have to try to figure out what it is. What you think it is. No.
Yeah, it sounds Native American. A lot of percussion.
Some sort of a tribal dance they're maybe doing. Yeah. What do you notice about the sound quality, Rob? The timbre.
It's fast and pounding.
Yeah. It's kind of a very repetitive. It's very relentless. Oh, it's getting really loud now.
Kind of makes me anxious.
Why does it make you anxious?
The pounding. It's kind of the pounding of your heart. It makes your heart pump fast, right?
Is it kind of like they're getting closer to you or something? With the sound? So you gotta watch out.
Oh.
To me, the sound getting louder, it seems as though like they're getting closer.
Are they on a hunt?
Yeah. What about the pitch? The high or low sounds? It seems like when they go, hey, it's like high and then it dips down to low, a low sound.
I hear more of the high pitches than the low.
It's like it fades in from high and then it drops down to low to me.
Very piercing.
Piercing?
Yes.
How about the texture? How many sounds are there happening?
Well, singing and drumming and pounding.
It's just really two sounds.
Well, I know it's two sounds.
It's the drumming and the singing, the chanting. What about the tempo?
Very fast.
Fast tempo. Duration, is it long or short, the song? Oh, it's kind of medium again, I think.
How long is it?
Like 3 minutes and 50 seconds. The beats are kind of
Well, it's
fast,
slowing
though.
down now, you notice that?
Yeah, it's kind of backing off a little. Now we're without the drums for a little bit. Now it's coming back. I wonder what the purpose is of that. Why they took the drums away for a little bit.
I don't know.
But there's clapping. They announced somebody's name, Parker. I don't know what that was about. Maybe that was like a performance then, you think?
Possibly.
What about the structure of the music? What was the plan, do you think?
To build intensity.
Yeah. The drum and the singing
Chanting.
were playing off each other, kind of, to create an overall effect of intensity.
Mm-hmm.
And the dynamics, was it loud or quiet?
Loud, generally. Generally loud.
Yeah. But at the beginning it was quiet.
It was. I don't know if it was quiet. It was quieter.
Okay. Yeah. And then it got quiet again at the end a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Slowed down.
And the drums got quiet kind of towards the end, and then they came back slightly.
They stopped.
Yeah. Okay, so is there anything else you wanted to add about the music elements?
No.
Okay. What does this music remind you of? Any connections to your life?
Connections to my life?
Anything?
That particular music? No. Yours?
No. Well, not really. It sounds kind of bad to say, but it just reminds me of the stereotypical Indian war chant or something that you hear the kids imitate when they're playing cowboys and Indians, which is sad. But I'm sure it was probably something a lot more than that for them. I'm curious to see what the actual purpose of the song was. Yeah, why they would do this song.
It's kind of hard to take out meaning out of songs when you don't understand the language being sung.
Yeah.
You can hear the tempo, but you don't know the message in the words.
Yeah. I picture somebody dancing around, maybe like in a circle, doing a traditional Native American dance, maybe with like a staff or something in their hand of some sort. Yeah.
How does it compare to the other one?
I don't know. There are similar elements. How did the song make you feel first? We'll get to those.
Well, this one seemed almost like a war hunt. Like it was almost angry. You know what I mean? We're not supposed to compare.
No.
The other one felt almost like a wedding dance, kind of a joyous occasion, maybe with the tempo. I'm not sure. The other one had no vocals at all.
Yeah.
But yet the sound was more pleasing to me.
Which one?
The gypsy sounding one.
The gypsy sounding one you like better?
It was more pleasing. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Which one seemed more foreign to you, I guess? Would you say? I'd say the first one sounded more foreign to me. Or I haven't seen it or heard it as much or seen it as much before.
Yeah, neither one. I haven't really been exposed to either of those genres of music.
Yeah. Neither of them you would say were typical, Western European sounding music that we're kind of used to. Really. I mean, the Native Americans, they've been probably more in our culture, I would say, than the Eastern ones, just because of the fact that we've been in this country.
But the exposure to their music has it. Except for in movies.
Yeah.
How often are you exposed to that music?
True. I've always wanted to go.
Same with the gypsy sounding music and Fiddler on the Roof and movies like that. You're not exposed to that, but I would say more European music is pulled from the gypsy music.
Yeah, probably. I think. I've always wanted to go to a where they have an Indian Native American dance like this, because I'm so interested in their culture and just what it all means, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be curious to know exactly what these dances or songs were meant. What their intent was, for sure. We can speculate on it. You say that you thought it was a hunt. Maybe it was a chant for rain, maybe?
Or the seasons, who knows? It could be.
Yeah.
It was very aggressive though. So
The second one was?
The second, yes.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to add?
Anything else you want to add?
No. I think I'm good. That seems to be what they've asked for in here, so I think we're good. So thank you, and we'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye. Okay, now we're going to talk about, we're going to debrief in step 3 of the critical response protocol. So how do you think the session went, Rob? How did it affect your understanding about music and the songs themselves, I guess?
Well, it made us take the time to actually think about what we were listening to rather than just listening to it. We took some more steps in doing that, so we had a better understanding.
Yep. I agree. You really had to analyze what it was you were listening to instead of just saying what you thought, I guess, as far as a judgment about it. Yeah. What did we learn? I don't know. I guess I think that I learned a little bit more about how to break down a song and maybe just think about where they were coming from, maybe, with the way that it was laid out, or maybe what the composer meant when he was creating the songs. Or he or she. What do you think? What did you learn?
Well, I guess it was still unlearned, but we had to speculate on the meaning or understanding of the songs. Well, to me, that was hard to do. I mean, we attempted to do so, but I felt like the attempt to do it was kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What was the most helpful in the critical response protocol? I'm guessing, like, speculating on the meaning behind it, I think, helped me the most. Based on the way that the songs were laid out. And after analyzing that part, then speculating on what the meaning was probably the most helpful. I don't know if it was necessarily the right thing that I was thinking about what the songs were. I still don't really know what they were completely about, but I think I might be closer in understanding what they are about now than I was initially just listening to them without the analyzing part.
And for me, I guess what was most helpful, I guess was just understanding the emotions that I felt, where the second song made me feel more tense and was more rhythmic. And the first one was more, I don't know, it was more smooth, easier to listen to.
Yeah.
Made me feel more joyous, I guess.
Yeah, it seemed like that was almost more of a celebration, but you don't know if the second one might have been too. I just don't know.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Just not how I felt. That's
my
interpretation of it.
Yeah. I know, I agree with you too. I think that too. All right.
Is that good for debriefing?
That's the debriefing. Okay, so step 4, reflect on the protocol. Where and when might this tool be used? So what might we use this for in our life?
Dealing with just music, or is it with other things?
It could be for anything, I suppose.
Critical response protocol.
It's taking some piece of art and just analyzing it without judgment, and then speculating on what we think it might be based on our previous knowledge.
From experience.
Yeah. I guess for me, going into education, it would be helpful for me to analyze student pieces of art or writing or things like that. I'm just trying to understand where the artist or the student, in other words, would be coming from as far as the educational aspect of using this protocol.
Mm-hmm.
But it really could be used in anything, like you said, Rob. Like what else?
What else? What
could you use it for?
Could you use it for? A vast array of things, I suppose.
Yeah.
I guess the next question: what is gained or lost by withholding judgment? Well, I guess what is judgment is probably taking what you've learned from the past and bringing it forward into what you're experiencing now.
Yeah, it's like you're not
you're
saying it's
using
right
that
or wrong.
information. Like I thought the gypsy sounded kind of gypsy. Well, that's based on my experience and passing judgment. So you gain that knowledge, but then you probably lose maybe some of the intent behind it too. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking judgment in terms of like saying whether you like it or not necessarily. I don't know. I don't know which one necessarily I like better or not. I don't know if it really made any difference because it's still the artist's piece and what they're trying to say. There isn't really a wrong or right with art.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Let's see what we say. How might the combined perceptions, connections, or prior knowledge, emotional responses, questions, and speculations differ depending upon the size and make of the group? Well, the more people you have in a group, the more ideas are brought forth.
Mm-hmm.
The more you can kind of work together to figure out what the meaning is, or
Mm-hmm.
I guess, I don't know, what do you think?
Yeah, there's a lot more different backgrounds that are coming from contributing to what they think something might be. I guess you have a lot more perspectives being added to the mix.
Well, then also, I mean, people might, if they're different from different cultures, they might actually have exposure or know what these certain instruments are that we're listening to.
Oh yeah, they might actually know what it is,
Yeah,
or
or
know
the
what the
meaning.
song is. Yeah.
And they can share the meaning with the group, and then it could change how you respond to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like where I felt tense with the Native American song, maybe that would change my feeling or emotions with it if I knew the meaning.
Yeah. Or if you were able to see the performers performing the songs too.
Yeah.
Like, what are they doing? Are they dancing to it? Are they like, is it like a wedding ceremony? Is it like a bachelor party? You don't know what it
What's
is.
their facial expressions? Yeah.
Is it praying for rain? Yeah, you just don't know. So, yeah, there's lots of components that come together that would change your idea, I guess, about what the song was.
Little connections prayer.
I'm wondering too, like, if there are more people commenting about a certain song, if that's going to affect the way that other people might view it. Like, someone might be afraid to say what they think because they think they might be wrong compared to the majority of the group. So that's something to think about too.
And depending on how the group's led, and whether you're collaborating to come up with an idea or if there's one dominant person kind of guiding everyone to,
Yeah.
That will change how the outcome would be as far as decisions are being made.
Yeah.
So know.
That's how a size of a group would affect someone's speculation, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can't think of much else here. I think we covered it all. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, this was fun. Thanks, Rob, for helping. And yeah, we'll use this again in speculating about songs later on in our life. So that's it from the Herbst family. Thanks for listening. Have a good night. Bye.